This last fly I'm doing is called a Snookie. I'm going to do it as a size 4 as well. So I've got pretty thick foam cylinder, a Snookie, after the fabulous reality TV star. So it's size 4 hook, and there's a pretty thick cylinder. Don't know exactly what size it is. I cut my own. Tie on your 6/0 thread. So this fly imitates, basically like a Chernobyl ant, just tied on a cylinder or foam body. Looks a lot like a grasshopper. So I'm going to tie that forward to about the point of the hook there. I'm going to take my foam and I'm going to do the same thing I did on the cicadas, is kind of trim the back of it and make it more roundish point on the end. Hit it with a lighter. And I want to line it up so it has a tiny bit more hanging off the back than the front, but pretty symmetrical. And don't pull too tight on it at first, and then you can slowly tighten up those wraps to get that foam to sit down on the hook. You want to put quite a bit of thread there, and you can put some underneath to help strengthen it as well. Okay, next I'm going to add some hackle. So I'm going to splay it out so it lays down on the fly a little better, and then rip half of it off. Okay, so I'm just going to tie that in. Okay, then I'm going to get my legs. And same thing, I'm using round rubber legs. So I'm going to grab about 4 of those. And then I like to find the legs that have a little bit of character to them. So I'm not sure if you can see on there. That one has some kind of natural bends in it. So I'm going to try to use those bends to my advantage and make those stick out, kind of like a grasshopper's bent legs. Get that to lay down, and then it basically puts a nice bend into to the leg there. And this one as well has a little bend to it. Sometimes you have to put a wrap or two behind the legs to help get them to sit where you want them to. Okay, and then I'm going to put a couple wraps down below it, and then add a dot of glue on the top to help get that hackle to sit down and stay in put. Do about 3 wraps. And then if you kind of wiggle your thread when you're going through those hackles, it usually helps to not pin down so many of the fibers. I'm going to wrap forward and cover up that hook. I'm going to cover it all the way to the tip, and then I'm going to go back a little ways to leave room for the head. About there. Alright, now I'm going to kind of do a similar thing here. I'm going make the head of the fly here. So again, you don't want to pull too tight at first, or you can cut the foam. So you kind of pull soft and then slowly tighten up those wraps. Okay, now I'm going to do a wing on it. And I'm going to add a piece of CDC that extends a little beyond the body here. Pin that down, and I think it gives the fly just kind of a natural, more buggy look, having the CDC under there. And I'm going to add about 10 strands of UV purple crystal flash here. Trim it about the same length as the CDC there. Now I'm going to add, I like using calf tail for my wing indicator. I like to grab the tip and then pull the excess fibers out. I have used hackle stackers on it, but I kind of like the way it's naturally not perfect. And again, make that about the same length as everything else that you tied in before. Alright, then I'm going to add another hackle to the front here. And I'm using probably like a size 12 hackle for it. I like the front hackle to be a little thicker than the back hackle. Peeling off the fibers here. Okay, I'm going to add 2 more legs. Fly's looking pretty symmetrical. I'm going to add a little bit of glue to the top here to help hold that hackle down when I tie it in. And do 2 wraps there and then just pin it down. And then I'm going to put a wrap or 2 in front of it, just on the eye of the hook. Put a whip finish there. Then I'm going to trim the hackle off the bottom of the fly here. That helps the fly sit a little more low and flush on the water. Then I'm going to super glue the bottom of the fly to give it some stability. And there's your Snookie fly. So lots of rubber legs. You can go in later and trim some of those down a little bit. I like to leave the back ones pretty long.
Done?
Yep.